just waiting if anyone else will be joining, and then we'll start. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first chapter that we had done was nutrition in plants. Okay. So you can go through the videos of those classes on YouTube. And if you have any doubts in that chapter, you can ask me the doubts. I'll clear your doubts in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So today we'll be starting with nutrition in animals. Okay. So in this chapter, what we'll be studying is we'll study about the different ways in which we take in food. Okay. And then how does our body it digests the food and uses the food. Okay. So by animals, we consider human beings only. Okay. Because we are of the same species. So we will be focusing on to human beings only under this. So moving ahead, first thing that is we all need food, right?
Yes, sir.
So why do we need food? Do you know
Yes, sir.
why do we need food? Can you tell?
We need food because food has several nutrients which gives us energy to do anything.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. So the animal nutrition, okay, what is nutrition is the process of getting food and then utilizing it for various purposes. So animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, okay, the nutrient requirement that we get from food, and the mode of intake of food, that how do we take in the food, mode of intake of food, and then and its utilization by the body. Utilization by the body. Okay. So what we'll be studying under animal nutrition is the nutrient requirement that we all know we require nutrients for the process of growth, and then we'll study the mode of intake of food and then the utilization by the body. So these are the things that we'll be studying under this. So moving ahead, the first thing that we will see is different ways of taking food. Okay. Different ways of taking food. Okay, so when we talk about the different ways of taking food, we'll just start off with a few examples, a few organisms we'll see. Okay, so a mosquito.
Yes.
What is the food for mosquito?
And it sucks the blood of other organisms.
Okay, so we can say blood is the food, and how does it take in the blood? By the process of sucking. Okay, now let's take some other organism like uh, we can say a goat. Okay, so what is the food for a goat?
Grass.
Grass. And how does it consume its food?
By chewing it.
By chewing. Right? Now you can see there are various ways in which the food is taken in. Okay. So now let's take one more example. So let's take the example of an eagle. Okay. So what is the food for eagle?
Other dead animals.
Yeah. So we can say flesh, right? And how do eagles have teeth?
No.
So they cannot chew
No.
their food. So how will they take in their food?
By their beaks.
Okay, so they directly swallow their food. Okay. So this is how eagles get their food. So is it clear to you all? Like there are different ways of taking in food. You can like some organisms they suck their food, some organisms they chew, some organisms they directly swallow. Okay. Now you understand by the different ways. What are the different ways?
Yes.
Okay. So now what we'll see is we'll study how human beings once we take in our food, then what is the next process that we'll do after taking in food? So how do human beings take in their food? What is the mode among these three, that is
Chewing.
sucking, chewing? Yes.
Yes.
So moving ahead on to human beings. Okay, so now we'll study about human beings. So when talking about human beings, we take in our food through our mouth, right? Through our mouth. That is, we chew our food. So there is a proper system, okay, in which the food gets digested and then utilized by the human body. Okay. And this canal or system, okay, this canal is the route through which the food passes. Is called as alimentary canal or digestive tract. Okay, so the canal through which the food passes during the process of digestion is known as alimentary canal or digestive tract. So if we talk about this canal, it is divided into certain parts. Okay. So this canal, it is divided into certain parts. And when we talk about the part of this canal, so it starts from the mouth. Okay, and the mouth is known as the buccal cavity. Okay. Then we have the food pipe, which is known as the esophagus. Then we have stomach. After stomach, we have small intestine. And after that, we have large intestine. And at last, we have the anus through which the waste product comes out. Okay, so I'll wait for you for a couple of minutes. You can note this down and tell me when you have noted down, and then we'll see the diagram of this digestive tract. Okay, let me know when you have noted this down.
Sir, I have finished.
Okay,
Sir, I've also finished.
okay, so now we'll see the diagram of the same. So moving on to the diagram, the first part that we discussed was the mouth. Okay, so first we'll start from the top. That is our mouth. It is drawn in this manner. After which we had the food pipe. So this will be our food pipe. And at the food pipe, we have our stomach. Okay, so the stomach is somewhat like this. Following the stomach, we have a large intestine. Okay, and the stomach, it goes into the small intestine, which is just a network of various pipes. Various pipe-like structures moving around. Okay, so this is basically your small intestine. So while discussing the first part that we saw was the mouth or the buccal cavity. So this is the region. Okay, that is mouth or buccal cavity. Okay, mouth or buccal cavity. This pipe-like structure, which is joining the mouth with the stomach, is the food pipe or esophagus. And then this is the stomach. Then this part is large intestine. This part is small intestine. And at the end, this is anus. Okay, so these are the basic parts of our digestive tract that we discussed. Okay, now for digestion we need various digestive juices, and those juices we are given to us by certain glands. Okay, so I'll draw the glands for you. So over here we have a gland known as the pancreas. Okay, and these pancreas, they secrete pancreatic juices. And somewhere over here, we have our kidney. And just near the kidney, we have one more smaller gland, which is known as the gallbladder. Okay, so this is the basic structure of the digestive system. So there are two things, okay, we should take care of. Firstly, we studied about digestive tract. Digestive tract. And then we talked about glands. So digestive tract plus glands, they both combine to form the digestive system. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what happens is the digestive tract plus the glands, they form the digestive system. Now talking about the digestive tract, it only includes those parts where the food actually goes. So what happens is, now I'll show, we take in food, right, from our mouth through the food pipe or the esophagus. The food moves into our stomach. Okay, then it remains in our stomach for some time, and the process of digestion, it starts in the stomach only, and then from stomach it moves to the small intestine. Okay, then after moving into the small intestine, it passes throughout the small intestine and then enters into the large intestine. Then it goes through the large intestine, and after that it is ejected from the anus. Okay, so this is the movement. So talking about the flow of food, the food moves from mouth to food pipe, from food pipe into the stomach, from stomach it goes into the small intestine, and from there it goes into the large intestine, and after that from large intestine it moves into the anus, where the waste product is removed from the body. So this is the flow of food that happens in our body. Okay, now is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Any, yes, any questions, anyone?
No, sir.
Did you draw the diagram, or do you want to draw the diagram? Should I wait for you?
Sir, I've drawn the diagram already.
Sir,
Okay,
even
so
please.
that's good. So both of you have drawn the diagram. So now we'll move ahead, and one by one we'll study all of these parts in details. Okay. So first of all, you guys tell me what all we have studied till now.
Sir, we have studied about the different ways of consuming food,
Yeah.
about how the food is digested,
Okay.
and the different parts that are involved in the digestion of food.
Okay, that's absolutely correct. So now we'll be studying about all these parts in detail. So we'll start from the top, and the first part that we'll be discussing is the mouth or buccal cavity. Okay, the mouth or buccal cavity. So this is the first thing that we'll be studying. Okay, so the process of digestion, it starts first inside the mouth when we take in our food. Okay, so the taking in of food is known as ingestion. Okay, ingestion, which means the process of taking in the food through mouth is called ingestion. Okay, so Mishka just joined. I'll just give her a brief about what we have done and then we'll continue. Okay, Mishka. So starting, we have started with the new chapter, that is nutrition in animals. And in this chapter, the animal nutrition, it basically includes the nutrient requirement, the mode of intake of food, and the utilization by the body. So nutrient requirement, we all know that we require nutrients for growing, for repairing tissues, and many other purposes. Okay, so the different ways of taking in food we discussed. So we all know about mosquitoes. They need human blood, or they need blood, and they take their food in by the process of sucking. Now we have goat. The goat, it feeds on grass and it chews its food. And when we move to eagles, they don't have any teeth, but they consume flesh, and what they do is they directly swallow their food. So these are the different ways of taking food. After that, we moved on to the process of taking in food and digesting it in human beings. Okay, so we take in food through our mouths and we chew our food. Okay, and the canal in which this process happens, this canal is called the alimentary canal or the digestive tract, and it is divided into certain parts, and those parts are mouth, which is also known as the buccal cavity, the food pipe, which is also known as the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the anus. Okay, so after this, we saw the diagram. In this diagram, we started straight away from the mouth. Okay, we take in the food from mouth. After taking in food, the food moves from the food pipe into the stomach. From stomach, the food goes into the small intestine, and in the small, after that, it moves into the large intestine, and then the waste product comes out through anus. Now this process of digestion, it requires certain digestive juices and certain secretions by the various glands. So the various glands which we require are the pancreas, which secrete the pancreatic juices. Then we have the kidney and the gallbladder. So talking about these, we saw that there is one part that was the digestive tract and the glands. So they combine to form the digestive system. Okay. So talking about the digestive tract, it is all the parts where the food actually goes, they are a part of the digestive tract. Okay, and the glands that we have mentioned in the blue color, in these glands, the food does not go into these glands. So these are not a part of the digestive tract, but combiningly, they all form the digestive system. Okay, so after that, we saw the flow of food, that is from mouth, it goes to the food pipe. From the food pipe, it passes to the stomach. From stomach, it goes on to the small intestine. From small intestine, it moves to the large intestine, and then the waste product is removed from the anus. And now we'll be discussing all these parts in details. Okay, so now the first thing that we are discussing is the mouth or the buccal cavity. And under this, we'll see, we all know that we intake our food through mouth. So we studied the process of ingestion, that is the process of taking in food through mouth, is known as ingestion. Okay, is it clear to you till now? Mishka, any doubts you have? Okay, so continuing with this, now we all know that we chew our food in our mouth. Okay, so the food in our mouth is chewed with the help of teeth, saliva, and tongue. Okay, so seeing the parts of the buccal cavity, we have our teeth, we have the tongue, and also the saliva we get from salivary gland. Okay, that is present in our buccal cavity. So these three, they combine and form the buccal cavity. Okay, so now we'll talk about, I'll tell you a bit about the functions of these parts. So the teeth that we are talking about, we all know it helps in breaking the food in smaller pieces. Then we have the salivary gland. Okay, talking about the salivary gland, it secretes saliva and what does this saliva do? It mixes with food okay it and breaks the starch into sugar. Okay, so starch is a complex compound. Okay, starch is the form in which the plants store their food. Okay, so this starch is broken down into sugar inside the mouth because of saliva. Okay, and this saliva is secreted by the salivary gland. And then we move on to the tongue. Talking about the tongue, it helps in mixing saliva with food. Okay, and then it has taste buds. Okay, the tongue, it has taste buds which help in identifying the taste. Which help in identifying the taste. Okay, so you all know what are the different parts of the buccal cavity and what are the uses. Anyone having any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay, so now we'll move ahead and we'll talk about the teeth. Okay, Now talking about the teeth, there are two types, two sets. Okay, so every human being gets two sets of teeth. The first one is milk teeth, and the second one is permanent. So while growing up, you all you all saw that your one set of teeth they would have broken, and then you would have got new teeth, right? Your tooth would have broken, and then you would have got a new tooth in place of it, right? So the one which got broken or replaced, that is milk teeth, and the other one which you have after replacing is the permanent teeth. Okay, so about milk teeth in early childhood. Okay, you get this set during early childhood. In early childhood, a set of teeth grow in children, then fall off after certain age. And fall off after certain age. These teeth are milk teeth. And when talking about the permanent teeth, okay, so the teeth that grow after milk teeth fall off are called permanent teeth. Okay, and they generally remain during our lifetime. Generally remain during lifetime. Okay, so the difference between the milk teeth and permanent teeth, is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
okay, so you all must have got your permanent teeth now, right? The old set of teeth that you had, they were your milk teeth, and now you all must be having your permanent teeth. Now, moving ahead, this we talked about the set of teeth that were present. Now we'll be talking about the different types of teeth. Okay, now you know how many teeth do human beings have? Anyone? Anyone knows the answer that how many teeth do human beings have?
Sir, 32.
Yeah, that's correct. So human beings have a total of 32 teeth. So when talking about these set of teeth, are they all same in shape and size? Are they all same in shape and size?
No, sir.
Okay, so we know that these are not same in shape and size. So we have different type of teeth. So when we talk about the different types of teeth, the first one are molars. Okay, I'll show you a diagram for the same. So the first one are molars. Then we have the second, which are incisors. Then we have canines. After that, we have premolars. Okay, so these are the four teeth. So when talking about these, the molars, they are used for grinding. Okay, grinding the food, and they are only present in adults. Talking about the incisors, they are the front teeth that we have, and they're used for cutting and biting. The canines, okay, these are used for piercing and tearing of food. And the premolars, they are also used for grinding and chewing. Okay, so these are the four type of teeth that we have. Okay, so you can note this down. Okay, tell me when you have noted this down.
Sir, noted.
Sir, I have
Okay,
also noted.
okay, that's good. So now what we'll do is, just a moment, I'll show you the image where you can see the different types of teeth. Okay, just wait for a moment and then we'll see the different types of teeth. Okay, so now just a moment. So are these four types, these are clear to you, the four types of teeth? Now seeing the image, just a moment, I'll show you the image. Can you guys see the image over here? Can you see the image on the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so you can see the front set of tooth, these four. Okay, the four tooth, they are the incisors, and then we have, after the incisors, we have the canine. After the canine, we have the premolars, and after the premolars, the last ones are known as the molars. Okay, so what is the use of molars?
It's used
Molars are
grinding.
used for grinding the food.
Yes, so the last three from both the sides are molars. Okay. After that, we move on to the premolars. So what is the function of premolars?
Grinding and chewing
And
the
chewing
food.
the food.
Okay, that's absolutely correct. So after the three, the two teeth, they are the premolars. After premolars, we have the canine. Can you tell what is the use of canine?
Piercing and
Use of
tearing the
piercing
food.
and tearing the food.
Yeah. So only one canine is present on one side. Okay, so we have one canine towards the right and one canine towards the left. Now we are left with the four teeth in the front, and those are the incisors. Can you tell the use of incisors?
Cutting and biting the
Cutting
food.
and biting.
Yeah. So now you understand the different types of teeth and the different types of teeth and okay, is it clear to you all now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What are the different types of teeth? Where are they present and what are the uses? Now we'll move on to and I'll tell you a bit about tooth decay. Okay, tooth decay. Okay, Mishka, we just now saw. Okay, so I'll talk about tooth decay first, and then Mishka, we just now saw the image of the different types of teeth and where they are present. I'll show that to you also. Firstly, we'll discuss about tooth decay, and then I'll show that to you. So, talking about tooth decay, you all must have your parents must be telling you to brush twice a day. You must be seeing ads with dentists saying you must brush twice a day. So this is because what happens is when you eat food, some food particles stay inside your mouth. Okay, they stay inside your mouth and they get stuck. So if they are not removed, what happens is there are bacterias in our mouth. Okay, there are bacterias in our mouth. Okay, and what they do is they convert the sugar of the stuck food into acid, and it harms our teeth. Okay, so this is how tooth decay is caused. So what we do is when we brush our teeth or whenever we clean our mouth, what happens is these food particles which are stuck in our mouth, they are they move out. Okay, so this is what happens. Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
So now you know what a tooth decay is and why you need to brush your teeth. So now I'll show the diagram to Mishka also about the different types of teeth which are present. So just give me a moment. Okay, so Mishka, can you see this diagram on the screen? Okay, so in this, the last three teeth which are present are known as the molars, which are used for grinding the teeth. After the three, we have two premolars, and these premolars are used for grinding and chewing. After two, we have one canine, okay, and that canine is used for piercing and tearing. of food. And then we have 4 incisors, and these incisors are used for cutting and biting. After that, again, we have 1 canine, then again 2 premolars, and then 3 molars. Okay, so this is same in upper and the lower jaw. There are 16 above and 16 below, and the total number becomes 32. Okay, is it clear to you, Mishka? Is it clear to you, Mishka? So now we know about the different type of tooth and the also about their name and their uses. And then we also know what a tooth decay is. Now what we'll be talking about is food pipe. Okay, food pipe or esophagus. Okay, so focus onto the spelling. It is a bit different. Should not make a mistake in the spelling of esophagus. Okay, so this is basically, as we saw in the diagram, it is a pipe-like structure. Okay, so it starts from neck region and runs until the stomach. Okay, so the chewed food moves through food pipe and reaches the stomach. Okay, so now you know what happens. We chew our food in our mouth, then what happens is the food, it moves from our mouth into the food pipe, and through the food pipe the food moves into the stomach. And then we know that the food is moving in downward direction. So is it clear to you? Basically the food acts as a connecting link between the mouth or the buccal cavity and the stomach. Okay, is it clear to you? Anyone
Yes.
having any, yes, anyone having any doubts in this?
No.
Okay, so in today's class we studied about animal nutrition. Followed by that we saw that there are various ways of taking in food, and then we were talking about how human beings take in their food. They chew their food and take it in through mouth. And then we talked about the whole system, that is the whole tract or canal which is used for this purpose. It is known as the alimentary canal or the digestive tract. And then there are certain parts of it like the mouth and the or the buccal cavity, then the food pipe. Also we have stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Then we talked about the diagram of the we talked about the diagram of the digestive system. We saw the glands are also a part of the digestive system. So the digestive tract plus the glands, they together form the digestive system. Okay, Mishka, I'll explain the different types of teeth. Don't worry. So the functions I'll explain. So after that, we were discussing in detail the different parts, and we were talking about the mouth first. Okay, the mouth or the buccal cavity. And in this, we were talking about our teeth. So when talking about the functions of different types of teeth, the first one are molars. Okay, these molars, they are used for grinding the food. Then we have premolars. Okay, these are used for grinding and chewing food. After that, we have the canines, which are used for piercing and tearing food. And after this, we have the incisors, which are used for biting and cutting. Is it clear to you, Mishka? Any other doubt you have? Okay, so for with this, I'll end today's class. So just go through uh, everything taught today. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the next class. And for those who are having their first class, you can watch the videos for previous classes on our YouTube channel. Okay, and then you can, if you have any doubts in the previous chapter also, you can ask your doubts in the next class. Okay, so I'll end today's class now. Thank you everyone. Take care. Okay, okay, so I'll end today's class. Bye.